Alright, what's going on, everyone? Today I just wanted to briefly go over all the 2022 standard challenger decks and talk about whether or not they're still playable. I will do full rotation updates with every individual deck after rotation. I want standard to rotate and we'll see what's popular, we'll see what's good, and then I'll be able to tell you how to upgrade these in the new standard. Today I just want to see which decks are still playable. If your deck rotated and you're just looking for a quick deck to buy, can you buy any of these just to play in the meantime? The answer is yes. One of them is basically rotation proof. But yeah, we'll just go over it really quick today. Let's start with mono white aggro. Unfortunately, this is the worst. This one's rough because this was the double spells matters version. Basically everything rotated. Kaldheim, this is gone. This is gone. This gone. Gone. This stays, but you only have one copy. Lumeric Aspirant gone. That's going to hurt just all mono white decks. Thalia stays. You got two of those. Spellbinder gone. Redain gone. Skyclave Apparition gone. Fateful Absence stays. Takedown gone. Paladin Class gone. Faceless Haven gone. So basically the entire deck. You get two copies of Thalia, one copy of Intrepid Adversary, and two copies of Fateful Absence, and that is the only thing that's still legal in this deck. So this is not worth buying. Although, if you play mono white, the good news is a lot of the cards that are played in the current mono white aggro deck are actually still legal. So if you updated this deck with things like Hopeful Initiate, Brutal Cathar, Adeline, stuff like that, all that stuff is still legal. So this version of the deck is dead, and this challenger deck is dead. So if you're looking for a new deck to buy really quick, just to play in the first couple weeks of standard, not this one. You get 3 cards, 5, count the removal. So this one's dead. Dead deck. Don't buy this. Next we have Dimir Control. Now this one's interesting. An important thing to note about Dimir Control before we look at this. Dimir Control is all like removal, right? It's counter spells, it's creature removal, it's card draw, and that's all going to exist, and most of it's common and uncommon, right? Like this is uncommon, this is uncommon, this is uncommon. So that's rare, but typically removal is cheap, it's common and uncommon. So even if we lose a lot of common and uncommon removal spells and counter magic, there's going to be replacements for sure. So Graveyard Trespasser stays. We lose Emerith, but we keep Hullbreaker Horrors. So we lose one of our threats, one of the good threats. So we are going to have to find a new threat for this deck. The good news is Graveyard Trespasser is so good. Could just put more Hullbreaker Horrors in. They're only $3 each, but there's probably budget stuff as well. So yeah, not bad. In terms of the removal, the spells, this stays, that's gone. Parasitic Grasp stays, Power Word Kill is rotating, but it wasn't very good anyway. Hero's Downfall stays, saw it coming. Again, right here is a good example. This is rotating. There's going to be more counter spells to play. That's fine. Thirst for Discovery stays, Baleful Mastery goes, but once again, plenty of black removal. That's fine. This is notable. Crippling Fear and also Blood on the Snow. The two board sweepers rotate. Board sweepers can be expensive, but we are going to have to find new board sweepers to play. Both the board sweepers are gone, and that's very important for any control deck, right? Doesn't matter if you're playing Azorius or Zav or Dimir. Board sweepers are important, and you're losing both of those, so those have to be replaced. Memory Deluge stays, though, and of course the mana base. Your 4 Shipwreck Marshes are still playable. That's good. Halls need to be replaced. Ice Tunnels, I'm sure there's a replacement for that. Oh yeah, there's snow-covered stuff here. So any snow stuff. What was the snow? Oh, Blood on the Snow, right? Yeah, the snow stuff not important because Blood on the Snow is rotating. Anyway, so yeah, this is totally fine. We need a couple more threats, and we need board sweepers. Those are definitely important, but there's going to be, some big stupid threat to play. Even just replacing these with Hullbreaker Horror will be fine. But we'll see what's playable after rotation to see what we should actually be playing. And board sweepers, there should be some. I haven't looked at Dominaria United, but there's going to be playable board sweepers, I'm sure. So, yeah, actually not bad. I would say this isn't a bad purchase because, you're getting $9 worth of Graveyard Trespassers. Hullbreak Horror is still $3. $5 in Memory Deluge. So, that's not bad. You get your playset of Shipwreck Marsh, which is still playable for the next year. So not a bad buy. It does need to be updated. It needs to be fixed. But I would say it's not a terrible purchase if you just want a deck right now. You're gonna have to spend a little bit of extra money to fix the board sweeper issue and the threat here. But for the most part, you will also need to find some commons and uncommons to replace stuff like this. But I don't think it's going to be too bad to use this as a starting point if you need to. So not bad. Next we have Stumpy. So this one's interesting because it loses a pretty important package, but a lot of the threats are still good. So what it loses is just Sentinel, which is part of the ramp, and Magda. So the whole point of this was you could use the Sentinel to tap Magda to not only get a mana, but also get a treasure. So you got like double ramp, which could then ramp you into like a gold span dragon, which is also rotating. So you're losing a lot there. Your whole ramp treasure package is going. But Briar Bridge Tracker is still good, and still a good card, still playable. It's still in standard. Helena and Elena, excellent card, still playable. That's staying. This card sucks. It should be just replaced. Get this out of the deck. It doesn't even matter. Just get bad card. Ovenwood Oddity staying in standard. Hutmaster staying in standard. This stuff is very replaceable, even if it is rotating. This is staying. This rotates. There will probably be another protection spell. Abrade stays. Thundering Rebuke goes, but that's very, very replaceable. Do lose Ranger Class. Ranger Class is very good, but we can probably find another good threat and Gruul, so not a huge deal. Lose Lair of the Hydra, but your 4 Rockfall Veils, once again, still playable for the next year. So is this worth buying? Important note, a lot of this value, it's a $56 deck. 25 of it is in Gold Span Dragon, and that's probably not going to be worth that much after rotation. Surprised it's still worth that much, to be honest. So what are you getting? You're getting a playset of Rockfall Veils, and then a lot of bulk. I mean, even Helena and Elena, these two cards are also just bulk, but they're really good playable bulk that are good in lots of decks. But yeah, there's not a ton of like financial value here. So I would say you're probably better off just building a Stumpy deck from scratch. But if you're at a local game store and you just need a deck right now, this is very playable with some tuning, of course. You need to replace the ramp. One of your threats is gone, but you can just add another Huntmaster, Ovenwood Oddity, whatever. Ranger class needs to be replaced with a 1 to 2 drop threat. Yeah, and then this ramp, you just need some sort of mana dork of some sort down here. A couple of them. Because remember, Magda's main purpose was to ramp with the treasure. And the sacrificing to find the dragon was also nice, but your money is probably better spent building something from scratch. But from a gameplay perspective, I think this is workable. And then we have the absolute best possible deck you could think of if you're looking for just something to play right now. Like, let's say your deck rotated, you have nothing to play, and you're like, crap, I'm just going to buy a challenger deck and update it for standard for the next month or two before I buy into a new deck. Well, the good news is this was basically completely rotation proof. I mean, we have Voldaren Epicure staying, Bloodtithe Harvester staying, Smelter staying, Socialite staying, Bloodcaster staying, Dominating Vampire staying, Florian staying, Henrika staying. Emmerstrom Predator is the only card you're losing. You're losing 4 copies of Emmerstrom Predator, and that's it. Village Rites technically is going. Voltage, Surge, there's only 1 copy of that, by the way. Staying, Infernal Grasp staying, Soul Ripper, not that great to begin with, but staying. Oniko Anvil staying. You need to replace the pathways here. I'm sure there's another dual land for this, Den of the Bugbear, but Voldaren Estate is staying. So, yeah, this is like rotation. You need 4 cards here. You need 4 cards here. You need to replace this with another removal spell or something, and that's it. It's losing 5 cards, and then the mana base. Mana base needs fixed, but you're looking at 5 cards main board that you're losing, and that's very replaceable. Not a big deal. So this deck is the deck. If you're just looking for, I need a deck now. I want to play at F&M on week 1. I don't know what to buy. I don't want to spend $400 on a deck and then have it not be good, but I want to play. What do I do? If you can find a copy this deck for like $20 or $30, you can play it basically out of the box. You need to take these out, this out, and fix the mana base. But you can basically play this deck. By the way, this should have 4 Oni Cult Anvil, so probably this goes into an Oni Cult Anvil. That's easy enough. Probably one of these goes into your 4th Oni Cult Anvil, and then you just need 3 vampires. Probably like a Florian, maybe another Henrika. How much are these? They're like $1. This is $1. These are 50 cents, and you're good to go. So, again, replace the dual lands. If you don't have more dual lands, just replace these with basics for now, whatever. Get another Voldaren estate. It's cheap. So that's awesome. That's a rotation-proof standard deck. You can get it right now. Make a few changes. So, in summary, mono white aggro, absolutely do not buy this deck. If you have it, you can still play mono white aggro, and more of your cards might be playable. But the deck that's in the box of the mono white aggro deck, absolutely unplayable. Don't buy this. Unless you want it for like casual. But for standard, no, all of it's going. Dimir Control does need a lot of individual cards, but a lot of them are very replaceable. New threat, needs some more removal. Some of this is going. Board sweepers, right? That's the big thing. A couple more threats, need to replace the board sweepers. But if you can do that, this deck is playable. Gruul Stumpy, playable. It was never a tier 1 deck to begin with, but it's only really losing the ramp package and 1 threat, so this is also very playable out of the box if you just need something right now. You need to make a few alterations with the ramp package, but it's playable. And then Rakdos Vampires is just, it's basically just playable. You can just play out of the box with a few very minor changes. So there you go. Hopefully that's helpful. Hopefully that's useful information. If you need a deck right now, some of these challenger decks are still pretty good. And if you have these and you're looking for in-depth, full rotation updates, I will be going card by card, showing you what you should replace with what new cards and whatnot after standard rotate. So that'll be coming soon, very soon. So look forward to that. But in the meantime, thanks for watching. Hopefully this is helpful, and I will see you in the next one.